So, this is me, but this is me too. And unfortunately, this is also me. But do you want to see another side? Welcome to the Toon Me challenge. So, for those of you who don't know, the Toon Me challenge is this trend that is taking Instagram by storm. It is where artists are drawing half of themselves or part of themselves and then keeping a real picture. There has to be a better way to explain that. It's kind of a new way of doing the Meet the Artist meme, but for 2020. So I snapped this picture of myself, and the first thing that I had to do was figure out what part of my face I wanted to draw and how I wanted to set it apart. A lot of people are doing a very defined squiggle line down the center of the face. Some people, it's very hard to tell what's the drawing and what's them because there is no clear identifier. But I decided that I wanted to do the side of my face that did not have my hand because I did not want the responsibility of drawing my hand because I'm lazy. But I'm honest about being lazy. And the way that I wanted to do an outline of my face was through a heart, which I hadn't seen before, and I thought it was a nice way to kind of make it fun and quirky. And I spent way too much time trying to figure out how to draw the heart because I wanted it to curve kind of around my nose, but still include part of my lips and of course the eye. And that took way longer than it should have. This is actually my first digital speed paint that I am posting here on my YouTube since June 2018, which is absolutely insane because I used to be a primarily digital artist on this channel. It just blows my mind. I struggled a lot with this challenge because I wasn't sure how I wanted to draw myself. I ended up going super realistic, and then I tried doodling myself in like a more cartoony style, and then I decided to kind of still go with that semi-realism, but really tone it down. I think a clear example of that was that I was giving myself like super detailed, like, what are they called? Eyelashes, and it was like wrinkles, and I didn't like it. And at the end of this video, you'll see that I also decided to incorporate my persona for my rebrand. And I want it to be clear that, yes, I can draw in a kind of semi-realistic style, but then also my persona is also a style that I do. I think it's encouraging to know that artists don't have to stick to one style all the time. They can do multiple things that make them comfortable. So I decided to keep it more semi-realistic for this because I thought it looked cool in a way, and it gave me time to practice. The last time that I had drawn digitally was when I made my persona rebrand thing last summer. So not only was this messing with the more realistic style that I don't do as often anymore, but also it was me jumping right back into digitally drawing, which is something I'm not comfortable with. And I'm really happy with the result. Something that I also struggled with was the color palette. I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it more so to my actual natural coloring or if I wanted to color drop exactly from the persona. Now, the reason that the persona is fairer than I am and has more of like purpley red hair is because that I was trying to go for more cool tones when doing the persona and the rebrand. I really wanted to stick with the pastels and the purples and the blues. So the persona is not 100% accurate version of myself, but also that's what a persona is. It's supposed to be the version of yourself that you want to draw, and it's something to be your face on the internet, because some people aren't comfortable with showing their faces. And I don't want to do like face cam videos all the time or show my face in every single thing 24/7, but also I'm fine with little things like this or my little update videos to be in this way. I'm actually very, very pleased with how the skin turned out. I normally, when I do semi-traditional, because I am not claiming, not semi-traditional, semi-realistic, I know that my shading is stylized and wrong, but when I do semi-realistic, it is 99.9% of the time traditionally. And it's normally just sketching and like shading with the graphite or the blue lead that I like to use. I never do it digitally. So, that being said, I am very happy with how the skin turned out, especially like the little nose highlight. I don't know, I was very pleased with it. As I said before, I'm admitting that I'm lazy. I did not spend as much time as I should with the hair, and the sweater had such a detailed like pattern, like knit, and I didn't have time for that, so I did like this heart chain, kind of, if you will, and just copy pasted. But once I added some shading on top of that, I think it actually looks decent? ? I don't know. I kind of like how it turned out. Maybe you'll be like, Fana, you're such a sham. It looks so bad. And you know what? This is the first digital art I've made since last summer, as I said before. And it takes a lot for me to draw nowadays, since not that I've lost my passion for it, but for some reason it just does. So to have me see a challenge, be super inspired, and then produce art like the day that I saw it, like obviously this is coming up several days afterwards because I needed time to edit it, but I was really happy to be so motivated to draw. That it doesn't happen anymore for me, guys. And when it does happen, it's usually just a quick sketch in my sketchbook, and then I get upset with it, and it never becomes anything. But I hope that you guys enjoy this in a way. I think I've only posted like a watercolor painting since I think I've become known as a doll artist, but I would like to still post artwork, if that makes sense. That's why in my banner, when I did my rebrand last summer, I made a point to say dolls, art, and other shenanigans. It's that I don't want to be known as just a doll artist, but I also want to make sure that you guys, as my audience, want to see this kind of stuff. I don't want it to be, oh, well, you're a doll artist, so this is all that you're allowed to make, dolls. Because that's not how it is. I'm an artist. Point blank, that's what I am. And art can take so many different forms. I mean, look at me. I obviously am a work of art myself. But I hope that you guys enjoy things like this. And I know that I myself need to not worry as much about what the general audience wants to see. Your opinions are important. Don't get me wrong, and I love hearing what you want to see from me. But also, I need to do what makes me happy. And that's why I was so excited to get such inspiration to work on this, because it's the first time that I've really been super, super happy and motivated to create digital art in a while. And that was a very, very long ramble, and I'm sorry. I hope we're doing okay. After a whimsical background with the drawn portion, I think that this is all done. Again, I hope you guys really enjoyed this different kind of video, at least different for a modern day Fana. But if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I hope you have a phenomenal day and keep being extraordinary. Bye!